Welcome to Creative Lenses TV, and today we have a special guest, Miss Eniyah Reed,
Hey,
founder of Black Nail Junkie. How are you today?
I'm wonderful. I'm blessed. I'm happy. I'm grateful. What about you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. We're glad that you came through to fuck with us, to talk, have some great discourse. So let's hop straight into it, Eniyah. If we asked a young Eniyah what she wanted to be, what would she have told me?
Probably nail artist. I've been doing nails for so long, so I already knew what I wanted to do when I was a little girl.
When you was a little girl, where that
hmm
inspiration come from?
I don't know. I just was always interested in it. I didn't really I knew that I didn't have an interest in anything else as a career, so I just knew that that's something I gravitated towards.
Most definitely. So what would young Eniyah say to Eniyah today?
She would be so happy. She would be very ecstatic. She would be happy that she actually took the initiative to work towards her goals.
Most definitely. Was there like anybody special that inspired you? Like, what was the first thing you saw, or you seen someone in this field? You was like, I want to do that shit. Like, I want to be that one day. What sparked it?
Honestly, honestly, it's no one really specific that I looked up to when it came to like my nail work or just business in general. I feel like I got inspiration by a lot of different people, like just seeing, dope ass nail work just by anybody. It wasn't a specific person.
Most definitely, most
Yeah.
definitely. So, 2024, we in the world of entrepreneurship. Everybody in Atlanta has a business. So, what are some lessons you learned as a young entrepreneur coming up in Atlanta so far?
I would say take your time.
Mm,
Not everything is a rush. Never compare your work to others. And just know that just because you're great at doing what you do, that doesn't mean that you can't better yourself. So you should most definitely try to learn new things, as much as you can. Because the industry is changing consistently. So you can't be the best of the best. You always got to learn more.
most definitely. So, if you had to describe the state of the industry right now, what would you say are the pros and cons of it?
Pros and cons of the beauty industry.
Right.
I would say let's start off with the negative. So we have people who don't read policies.
Mm. I be seeing that. I actually be seeing that a lot. They be like, y'all don't know how to read. But let's dive more. Let's dive. Tell me about it.
Oh well, people expect one thing, but then you try to refer them back to the website, and then they'll like kind of get mad at you for them not getting their way. So I would say that.
Okay, so what's one experience you had to deal with? Like, you got a specific situation. Like, tell me about something. Give me a story
Um,
time.
I would say one time this lady, she came like extremely, well, she was on the way extremely late. She was already past her cancellation time. In my website, it says once you're 20 minutes late, then, I can't service you anymore. So this lady, she was 20 minutes late, and then she texted me saying, "Hey girl, I'm still on the way."
Mm.
And I'm just like, I can't take you in because you didn't read the policy. Your appointment was already canceled. So
For sure, you had to stand on big business.
yeah, I had to stand on big business because if you
Big
don't, then
business.
they'll walk all over you and stuff.
I
So
feel that. I feel that. What's some of the pros then you would say?
the pros is building relationship with my clients, building a really strong foundational friendship. I would say seeing my clients grow up because I have a really strong client base where a lot of not just physically but mentally as well.
Mm.
They'll come in, they'll tell me certain things, they may have opinion, and they'll come back next time and be like, actually, I changed my mind. Well, excuse me, actually, I changed my mind about what I said. Stuff like that. And then what else? You said what was the question again?
The pros and cons of the current state of the beauty industry.
Okay, and another pro is just expressing my nail art onto whoever allows me to. I'm grateful for all my clients in general.
For
So,
sure.
for example, if they let me freestyle and they kind of let me do what I want to do, I feel like I love to see my work at the end once I get to just do whatever, that fills my mind.
Most definitely. We definitely was checking out your page, checking out some of those crazy designs you be doing. So like if you had to describe like your style of nail artistry, what would you if you could put it in words, what would you say?
Um, I would say it's my business, like just being a nail junkie in general. Just a lot of crazy stuff, a whole bunch of stones, kawaii charms, just different cool designs, things that you'll never see before on a nail set. I would just say nail junkie.
Most definitely. And if you could define that word, nail junkie, you might have just did, but is that what you how you would define nail junkie, or just
Yeah,
something else?
just someone who is just a fanatic about their nails. Like they want the best of the best. They want the top of the line. They want the craziest designs. Um, yeah, that's basically what I focus on,
Most
and that's what
definitely.
I would describe it.
Let's see what Jay got.
So you always wanted to be a nail tech since you was a little girl, right?
Hmm.
So I never get me and Zion. We had like a conversation. So with some women, when they go to college and college don't work out, that's when they want to switch to this boss babe era. Like they rather be estheticians, real estate, hair salons, nail techs. So what I'm saying is, do you think the nail tech industry is getting kind of oversaturated? Because some women may not be as passionate as you, because you actually love your clients, you actually love like what like you do. But some women just do it just because of the money.
Hmm. I would say yes, it is very oversaturated because when I first started, no one was really as interested as doing nails. But you know, it's enough money out here for everybody. I feel like so just because it's a lot of people doing nails, that doesn't mean that they got your sauce. Everybody got their own type of sauce. It doesn't mean that. I mean, how can I put it? Someone could be way times better than you, way better, but
Right.
you know, you got your own sauce, and you might got something that she don't got. So, you know, that's why I'm very, very serious about just sticking to yourself and just doing whatever you feel like is best.
Now I know nail art is not an easy thing to master. So like how was you able like to master it? And also, did you ever fuck up on somebody's nails like when you was like trial and error?
Yeah, most definitely. I've been doing nails for about 8 years now, so it most definitely came with trial and error. And you know, for the clients, for the clients who nails that I did mess up on, I just want to say, please come back to me. I'm better now. I'm ready to show you what I got.
She been in the game for a decade now.
Yeah, so it's been a long time.
Most definitely. So as a boss babe, we in this boss babe era. Like, you know, women got their own motion, you know, entrepreneurs. It's a lovely thing, especially for men like me and Z. So as a boss babe, has dating become as like, have you like intimidated some men because you got your own motion, you got your own shit? You know what I'm saying? You know, has there ever been like a situation where men have been like intimidated by your own, like, you know, like your success?
Honestly, I have two answers to that. So the men that I choose to date, I don't surround myself with men who feel like I have to dim myself down because they can't handle what I already have set in stone. And for two, men do feel like I am a very dominant person, but it takes the right person to, you know, I feel like that's on them really. Like that's their own insecurities they feel like. Cause I'm a cool person. I don't dumb nobody down. I don't try to tell a man how to be a man. You know, so you already got to come with it. And I could just see someone who ain't studying none of that. Like, I don't care if she got a business. I don't care if she got this. I don't care if she got that. I'm a man. Like, you know? So that's how I feel like.
Most definitely.
If you want to come with it, come at it with, you know, standards and your dominance. It has to be higher than mine.
Okay, so what would you tell for all the young ladies who want to be entrepreneurs, boss babes? Like, what type of mindset, like advice, would you give them if something that you could have told yourself?
What is something I could tell the new boss babes? I will most definitely tell them to make sure that's something that you're really passionate about. Because if you're trying to just do a business to get money, you're gonna be stressed out. You're going to be overwhelmed because it's not something that you actually want to do. I don't tell people to go make money off of something that you don't want to do because you're gonna end up being miserable and then spreading that miserableness onto everybody else who encounter you. So just to keep the positivity going, don't do it if you don't have a passion for it. And if you do have a passion for it, stick it out no matter what it's looking like, because it could be, you know, $1 million at the end of the tunnel.
Most definitely. So now I did see like in your bio, are you signed by like a modeling agency? So like let's talk about it. So does being signed to a modeling agency, like does that help you get gigs versus then being like a freelancer?
I would say yes, because I do get to do a lot of creatives in the photo shoot realm. I feel like that is my element, just taking pictures, being cute, looking fly. That's just my thing. So if somebody's taking my pictures, I'm all for it. So
Is it paid?
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, cause what me and Z noticed, like a lot of models don't get paid, especially if they like freelances. Like we didn't know until we actually started going to fashion shows and stuff. So now, would you recommend being signed to a modeling agency? Cause you have some folks like, nah, freelance is like the way. Like, so what would you say about that?
I would say it's nothing wrong with doing freelance because you do have to, put yourself out there. You have to do cheaper gigs. You have to do like little small projects to get to where you're going. The deal is with that is that you got to show people what you're working with, and then try to strive to get paid a high paying jobs and stuff like that. So it's gonna take time, and then also just keep being consistent. You want to keep putting yourself out there.
So right now we're in the Aquarius season. Like a lot of things are getting like exposed. We had Cat Williams, we had the P Diddy. Now we got this, that. So what is something that you think that could possibly get like exposed in 2024?
Something that can be exposed in 2024?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a deep question.
It is.
Give me a minute to think about it.
Okay, we can come back to that.
What is something that is gonna be exposed? I feel like I don't know, because I feel like everybody's journey is different. Like, certain people get exposed to different things. I don't think a whole bunch of people can get exposed to one thing at one specific time, unless it's on the news. Actually, no, I'll lie. You know what I can say that may get exposed in 2024?
Talk to us.
I don't know. I think Jesus may be coming back.
Hey.
No, I can't know it. No, I lie. I can't say that because God said no one's going to know when he's coming back. But I can say like a overgrowth of the AI. Like, how the robots are starting to take a lot of people's jobs now.
Right.
I feel like that's gonna be set in stone, where a lot of people are going to be losing their jobs because of these robots are taking their place.
For sure. How you feel about ChatGPT?
Who?
GPT.
GPT?
Yeah.
Like the AI chat?
Yeah, you ask it questions. You ever used it before?
I've used it. It's on Snapchat.
For sure.
I feel like it's cool. I don't know. How do they do that though?
But what I was saying is, how do you feel about ChatGPT? You say you feel like AI is going to take a lot of people's jobs, so.
Yes, it's gonna take a lot of people's jobs, and I don't know. I feel like it could be very informative when you want to ask a question and stuff. It could be great for assignments and school advice as well. But that's all I could really say about it. I just know that AI is probably gonna take over, more than what it is now. And yeah, that's how I feel about it.
Most definitely. So far on your journey, let me ask you this. What's a lesson you had to learn the hard way that you wish someone would have told you? We got her thinking.
I would say when someone, I'm gonna make this about a relationship.
Right.
Okay.
So let's say that you're supposed to be looking for a man of God, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that person says that he's a man of God, but
Okay.
doesn't pursue the things as a man of God,
Okay.
and basically takes you away from, build your relationship with God. Just leave them alone.
For sure.
Because you can't look at someone's potential spiritually. They gotta stand on business. So if they not standing on business and they saying that they want to get close to God, what?
That's a good point that you just made, because there's two types of people that go to church. Those people, all right, so there's one type of person that go to church every Sunday, no matter what they going through, they gonna show up. Now it's that one person, they show up when, when something bad happen. Like, oh, how should they, you know what I'm saying? They just need, they just need something, like, man, like I'm going through it. But you just said something like being consistent, not only going to church, but as in dating. So what do you feel like is the biggest misconception about not only dating, but also not being perceived like the wrong way when somebody says that they're holy and spiritual and stuff like that?
Honestly, I feel like God will give you discernment about it. And then if that person is telling you one thing and doing another, you should automatically know that it's a no-go.
Most definitely.
Yeah, so this, for example, I ask somebody, oh, so how do you have a relationship with God? And they be like, oh yeah, I love God. Like, it seems like BS. You
Right.
don't know if it's BS or not, because a person who actually knows God, they're going to tell you, what they do to keep the relationship. They're going to tell you their testimonies. They're going to tell you, anything, everything in the above. So
Most
that's
definitely.
how I feel.
How you keep your relationship with God?
I make sure that I stay kind to others, even when I'm being disrespected. It's a very hard thing to learn. With emotional intelligence, I read my Bible. What else do I do? I like to listen to gospel music. Honestly, I don't go to church like that, like I used to, but I'm still getting back on it.
He be like that.
Yeah.
Because some pastors ain't anointed like that. You know what I mean?
They ain't anointed?
Yeah,
Wait.
the pastors be sinning too.
Yeah, he most definitely be sinning.
Yeah, for sure. Everybody does.
Facts.
And I want to say that the pastors, they're not perfect either. Like, I think a lot of people who, look at people as women or men of God, they try to look at us as these perfect people. We're not perfect people. We're trying to just, build our relationship, and then one day or another, those desires as of this world will like eventually float away. Is when you build your relationship more with him.
Most definitely. So let's switch it up a little bit. So you're Haitian, right?
No.
What are you?
I'm Black and Panamanian.
Black and Panamanian. I don't know why I thought you were Haitian.
Probably because of that event that we went to.
Oh.
But there was a lot of
definitely.
Haitian people there.
It was Haitian. Hey. Yeah, I thought you were Haitian for some reason. But how's growing up, Black and Panamanian, like, do you feel like, what perspective do you think growing up as a black girl gave you? Like
people, like what people perceive of me.
yeah. What are like the misconceptions you had to deal with, or like people judging you in a certain way, or how they might perceive you? Let's dive into that.
Okay, I would say that a lot of people think, no, this is so funny too. A lot of people think that I'm very, like, goody two shoes, like I don't do nothing.
They think you're a good girl.
Yeah, and I am a good girl.
Right.
But it's just that I don't let people know my business and stuff like that.
You're not
So-
supposed to.
Yeah.
No, but like the normal things that people post on the internet and stuff, having fun and stuff like that, I don't do that. So
For sure.
people will meet me in real life and they'll think that, oh, like she don't do this, she don't do that. And then when I do it and I hang around and whatever it is, then they be like, oh my God, like they're so surprised.
Yeah, so they're like, well, she be drinking like that, or like shit like that.
there's stuff like that. And then I would say that a lot of people think that I'm boring because of my professionalism. I don't know why, but that's up to them. I don't really care what people think about me.
Yeah, what do you say to those people? They think you're boring.
Okay, like I don't care. It's good to have that people think about that about you.
It's a respect level.
Yeah, so I think that my professionalism is my personality.
It's a difference.
Especially because of the way that I speak. A lot of people say I speak well, and a lot of people say that like, oh, like you white girl, shit like this ignorant shit like that. Like why do I have to be another race in order to speak intelligent?
Yeah.
Most definitely.
So, but it's cool though. I ain't pressed about it.
She ain't sweating it for sure. So you speak a lot about intelligence, emotional intelligence. Like, where do you think like your perspective came from in terms of like growing your mindset and like your perspective on the world, your paradigm? Where did that come from?
It came from a lot of disappointment, and it also came from just experiencing a lot of different things in my life, and just basically trying to keep my mental health intact because sometimes we crash out every now and then, going mentally crazy, don't know what to do. So I just learn from those and just know that I don't want to mess up what I got going on in my life that day or just in that moment, just because somebody else want to be an asshole or if somebody else want to just be weird.
Most definitely. Like, what's your opinion on how black women are perceived in like not just the media but in general today?
I feel like black women are perceived as angry.
Yeah.
Yeah, angry. And that's another reason why I try to practice emotional intelligence, because a lot of people try to perceive black women as angry all the time. And so I just try to be nice and nasty with it and just let them know that they're not getting up under my skin and you're not going to see me act out. So
Yeah,
whatever that you want to do towards me, you can keep it cool, whatever you want to do, but that got nothing to do with me.
Facts.
And then when it comes to other people perceiving black girls, I would say, like I said before, angry, and just sometimes ratchet. I don't know. I feel like there's a time and place for everything.
Right.
Yeah, so I don't know. I feel like a lot of people have different perspectives. So, not saying that that's what they think about me, but I've heard other people have conversations about black women in general. So,
you were just talking about judging a minute ago. When someone looks at your social media profile, what do you want them to think about you?
I'm fun, creative, sexy, cool, and yeah, just a great person all around. I feel like, and I would say business oriented.
Most definitely, so sophisticated.
Mm-hmm.
So, with that being said, what do you think the effect social media has on this generation and the up and coming generation? Like, what would you say about that?
You said what? Can you repeat that question?
What effect do you feel like social media has on our generation and the upcoming generations after us?
It could be a good thing. It could be a bad thing. I'll start off with the goods. I would say that you can be inspired by it. You can be seen by multiple people, great people, very, I would say, legendaries. Even if they didn't like your post or even if they didn't slide up, that don't mean that they didn't see it. So,
for sure. You never know who's
anybody is watching you,
right.
I would say. I would say that the bad things is about like the mental health, because sometimes people can be very mean online. And so if you're dealing with social media and you're not emotionally intelligent or just you don't have any secureness in yourself, then social media can like really bring you down.
Most definitely. You feel like too many people let social media like dictate how they feel about themselves and their mood? And have you ever felt yourself in that position before?
Where like I have to let people know how I feel?
Not really, but I would say like, how would I word it?
Oh, dictate my mood. Like if
yeah,
I see
like
something?
dictate. Do you feel like too many people let social media dictate their self-image?
Oh, their self-image.
Have you like ever found yourself in a position where you might have been letting social media dictate your self-image, where you could have been comparing yourself, or you could have been thinking you should be further than where you are right now? Can you relate to that anyway?
I don't compare myself, because that's another reason why I said earlier how everybody has their own race, everybody has their own journey and their path. But I would say it's been a couple of times where I'd be like, dang, like I need to get on my stuff, like, but not in a bad way, in an aspiring way. That's just a little hustle in me, like, keep me going. Basically.
Most definitely.
Because I'm proud of anybody and everyone who's doing better than me.
Right. And speaking of being on your stuff, we thank you on your stuff. So your Black Nail Junkie page has over 16,000 followers. Like, if you could speak to any one of those 16,000 people, what would you say to them?
I would say thank you for following me. I would say thank you for taking inspiration out of my posts and using it on your own, because I know that we all pick from each and every, person sometimes. And I would say just keep being you. And I know a lot of people who do follow my page, there are also like nail artists and stuff like that. So I would say keep being creative and just continue to learn new things each and every day. And learn how to use your colors, because that'll, get you far with your nail art designs.
So I got a question, right? And all right. So So when I looked up in 2024, the beauty industry is heading to be like a $600 billion industry, right? Mm-hmm. So would you recommend women who are wanting to be entrepreneurs to get into the beauty industry? Do you think women do have a chance at it, or do you think it's kind of like a fair ball game where you gotta really, if you want it, you want it, but like if you don't, you don't. You know what I mean?
I would say that you have to be passionate for it, and you also have to just know that not all the time it's gonna be unicorns and butterflies. Like, it's gonna be some rough times where you got to sit down and take an extra mile to make sure everything is in check. You have to check yourself first. If you're not a good communicator and you don't know how to be professional, that's something that you need to work on. because that can hinder your business, most definitely. And
That's a great point that you just made, because I feel like some of us, black people, we be like, yeah, black people are just so unprofessional. Da da
yeah,
da da
that's
da.
one thing that
Yeah.
people need to really work on, especially black people, because it's just sad. We just gotta get up. We just gotta get up, y'all.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
I be seeing like a lot of horror stories specifically within the beauty industry when it comes to professionalism. They're like, this girl took my deposit.
Yeah,
or
there's plenty of times where that's why I said read the policy, read the policy, read the policy, read the policy.
yeah,
Because I'm not gonna be at fault. Like if there's something really wrong and it's that serious and then you want to take it to court, all I'm gonna do is show the judge the policy. And once the judge see that you did not read the policy, then I'm gonna win that case.
most definitely. So that's just a big
That was
thing.
a little bit dramatic.
Nah. That was perfect. That was great content.
Yeah, because I was saying to Z, like, there's like a difference between black professionalism and then niggas.
Yeah.
So, like, niggas gonna show up late. Like, niggas always gonna not communicate. But black people, they gonna do it to a T.
Yeah.
So it's like, what type of advice can you give that, that like can help people step into the black professionalism that can be teed up?
Okay, I would say work on your time management. If you feel like you're always late to things, leave the house an hour early. Just to make sure you're on time. I would say work on your vocabulary, and I would say professionalism. What can you do to help your professionalism? When someone has an attitude or if someone is trying to be rude or disrespectful, don't be disrespectful back. Just try to seek what they're, trying to understand where they're coming from.
Yeah.
And then try to de-escalate the situation as quickly as you can, because, sometimes people just be crashing out and doing crazy stuff and just doing whatever. So you don't want to be at fault at nothing. So just make sure you keep it cool, keep it cute, and just try to see where they're coming from. And I would say when it comes to customers and they're being unhappy with their services or whatever that it is that they're complaining about, try to give them something to be like, oh, I'm sorry for that this happened, or give them a discount, or give them a free set, give them half off. Just something to accommodate for what you did to make them upset.
Most definitely. That's all the questions I got.
Yeah, that's right. So Miss Reed, we want to thank you for coming on Creative Lenses TV. We appreciate your beauty, your business acumen, your professionalism. If there's anything you want to leave the people with, what would you tell them?
I would say follow your heart and continue to be you, because if you don't love yourself, then no one else will.
Most definitely.
That's on period. No bars.
Most definitely. Creative Lenses TV, we out.